and gentlemen, we don't forget about you. How you doing? How's that beautiful, beautiful Thursday at midnight treating you? It's your motherfucking boy, Gamero, the Pharaoh, the poor man's Robert De Niro. I'm here by my main man, joined by my main man, ill-logicz.
What's good, y'all? Que lo que?
Que lo que es? Aly Da Alien.
Aside, dude.
We got Mr. Benson in his house. He doesn't have a mic, but he's saying hi. He's saying hi. Come on, Craig. And ladies and gentlemen, I can't put into words how excited and honored I am today to present our next guest. A man whose talent, a man whose creativity knows no bounds. A poet / author extraordinaire, and a friend of mine whom I've known for I don't know how many years now, honestly. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present to you Mr. Avery Crane. What's going on?
What's up, dude?
Hey, what's up, what's up?
What's going on, man?
I love that intro.
I try. How you living, brother? How you living?
I'm living good, man. I'm living good. I'm actually proud to be living, you know, given the situation that we're all in the middle of.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about, given the current climate, the current situation, how has this affected you? How have you, putting aside Corona for a minute, and we'll get into it, in a second. But obviously, speaking about pretty much the civil rights movement that's going on right now. What do you give me your 2 cents on that?
Well, if you see that, like, if you understand how the economy was, affected by this COVID situation, you have businesses shutting down, you have people out of work. When you have people out of work, you have people with a lot of time. You feel me? And when you have a lot of time and you just not, you're not satisfied with the answers people give you, you want to do something. And so now you have people protesting, and for what? Yeah, that's my question.
You don't think it's justifiable?
What, to protest?
To protest for for what's going on, for the police brutality. There's a numerous amount of issues that they're protesting, but that seems to be the most prevalent one.
The thing is, if you're playing chess, right, and someone's like has this whole master plan to like beat you and just destroy you, right? There's 2 things you could do. You can match them with your own plan, or you can react to what the fuck they're doing. You feel me? And so if you look at protesting, it can easily be reaction, unless it's something leading to something. You feel me? Unless it's part of a bigger scheme, a bigger, plan of things.
What would you consider a bigger plan of things?
I don't know, yo.
There's like so many infiltrators. It's like, what the fuck what y'all trying to do? Because there's something else happening. You know what I'm saying? And it does feel like that way. But protest is like a reaction. People can't help to react. But it's like, now we just have to be proactive. What can we do as a community? How can we move forward in knowledge, in protecting ourselves, and just not instilling that fear on the future people? And protests are speaking the message that we're angry, but it's also like we proactive in a sense, like when we go out there, is anybody saying anything to anybody? Are we spreading the knowledge to anybody? You know what I'm saying? So it becomes like,
Aly, do you think that there's we kind of don't have maybe a clear picture of what the protesters are after?
Do we feel like I feel like there are mixed messages, because when you're angry, you only see red.
Amen.
So it becomes like, some people are angry and they feel like they want to break down. I was thinking about it. Target, just recently, they had Honey Pot, which is a Black-owned business. The first Black-owned business, if I'm not mistaken, to be put out on the shelves in Target. And that shit was like tore down Target.
Is Honey Pot legit honey?
No, I think it's more natural ingredients. It's more like women, feminine products and shit like that. So it promotes a lot of that. But just, I think it was this year when they were put on the shelves, there was, I guess, people that just didn't want that, and majority of them were white, and they were putting like 1-star reviews on their Better Business. So I'm like, why was that shit like really, really like tore down? You know what I'm saying? And then some white girl fucking burned down the Wendy's as in a sense of her protest, and it's like, you got, you know,
Burn down the Wendy's.
It's like, what?
Nobody, no, you have
How you
to.
gonna-
They're gonna blame it on us if nobody recorded it.
How you gonna burn down that 4 for $4? Like,
Not
come
the
on, like,
Wendy's.
that's my 4 for
Not
$4,
the
baby.
Wendy's.
What we talking
Yo,
about right
listen,
now?
yo, that's how you start riots, yo. When you start burning down Wendy's and fast food
Oh,
shit,
shit.
yo,
Bro,
people gonna go crazy. Yo.
can't get in the way of the 4 for 4.
That's people are addicted to that shit, yo.
Damn straight.
Wake up one morning, there's no more McDonald's. What?
But
Yo.
that was
What?
because
People will cry in the middle of the streets, yo.
Yo, you have a whole bunch of Caucasians just finally protesting, a sense of unity. You know, like,
What happens? Like,
Yo.
no more fast food, yo.
yo.
Wake up, yo. 2020, yo.
Ew, let me ask you something. Do you think that kind of like playing off of the whole, you know, when you're mad you see red, which I agree with thing, do you think there would be more, I guess, advancements in the protests if they were still going on, let's say 6 months from now, a year from now, when things, I don't want to say have cooled off, because I don't think they'll ever cool off per se, but when things aren't so in your face in the media, do you think they'll get more things done?
Like the protest?
Yeah. Like, do you think there's longevity in this protest?
I mean, it's lasted longer than I thought it would have. Now, whether I think it's effective or not, we've gotten things done with protests in the past. You feel me? I'm not saying it's the most effective way to do it, but I mean, historically speaking, it works. You know what I'm saying? I think, I don't know. It's a tricky situation because I feel like they're fighting for, you know, completely defunding and dismantling the police. And I don't know if that's the solution. I mean, I know that's just one of the things.
Yeah.
But
what do you stand on? Because there's two things. There's dismantling and there's defunding.
I think they need to redo the entire, like, all right, cops. Here's the thing about cops.
Break it down. Break it
Ooh,
down.
child.
Get out the
Let me get it out. Let me get it out.
Like,
Let me just calm down a little
Wait,
bit.
let me
Tell us.
bring it
Tell
back
us what
in.
we
Bring it
don't
back
know,
in.
yo.
I'm pretty sure the people behind the uniform are great people. All right.
Allegedly.
Not all of them. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But
He plead the fifth, huh?
I know a story, right,
Tell me.
of a cop who saw another cop doing being a little too harsh with somebody in handcuffs.
yes.
And that cop reporting that cop.
Was this recent?
I don't know. Somebody told me the story.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure where it was, but it was a black woman, and
Yeah.
then a man, a white officer was fucking choking him out, and she got fired.
Yeah,
like
she got
this was
fired.
about a good 10 years ago that it happened.
Yeah,
and it's now getting publicized because of the situation.
Yeah. So it's like you're talking about working for a system that basically says, yo, if you snitch, you're done. You're
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Even if your fellow officer is doing some wrong, ish. So first of all, that needs to go. Like, they need to understand that they're not above the law. They have a lot of rules and laws that kind of protect them from doing whatever they want. Like, all these things, in the past, all the things we've seen, whether it's injustice or not, the fact is that they have laws that protect them.
Yeah.
So they could kill somebody and be like, did you feel like you're, oh, no, he's good. He's a
like,
man
no,
of
no, I was in
the,
danger.
that
I was
has
in
to,
danger.
we need to fix that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Absolutely. They should be charged just like a regular civilian would be. Because a lot of people go, like, and when I said it last podcast too, it's like, oh yeah, when a black guy kills a black guy, nobody riots. But when an officer, it's not about that, because when a black guy kills a black guy, he's going to jail.
Yeah.
But when an officer kills a black guy or anybody, I don't know if he's going to jail or not. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
Because these excuse my language, but they're out here just trying to kill people now.
Yeah.
And so we need to fix that. I
Yeah.
don't think taking the police force out is the correct response, because then chaos is going, you know.
It's
V for
because
Vendetta.
accountability. That's the only
it's the
problem.
accountability. There we
Yeah.
go. Perfect. That's it.
There's no accountability from even how, and we were talking about this yesterday with some people, is like how the police started. All right, we're aware that we have to be aware, consciously aware, that this shit is not fucking made up. It is in history books that they were slave patrols. Why? Because they were trying to get any black person that was out there, and they would, they will make up shit to make it seem like you were doing a crime. What was your crime? You were walking outside. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be aware this is how America had this system made up. If that is not the first step, then it's like, yes, there's gonna be good people getting in there to make it better, but you still got them same motherfuckers out there that is instilled the rules. And I was watching a video, they already have, like, they have to say, you have a gun, that way that they can make themselves accountable for their next action. You know?
Kind of like already justifying, like, hey, I'm going to kill you.
Yes.
Basically.
Wow.
So if that guy wasn't recording, it's like, well, I thought he had a gun. He was reaching for something.
Also, I find it insane how sometimes cops can just be like, oh, the camera wasn't on. Like, they turned off the camera. Like, that can't be an option. Like,
That happened to me, just
that's
like
insane.
about.
And I need you to understand one other thing too, because it goes back to like the training. Like they're trained. You have a gun, boom. You know.
Yeah.
They're also trained. All right, and I'm pretty much taking this out of context. This is my opinion. I feel like they're trained to think that they're always right, and here's why I say that.
I agree.
My cousin, who I love very much, he's training to be a cop, right? He wants to be a cop and whatever. Before, he was really cool, but you know, I noticed.
Yo, the way you said that.
Right? Still a great guy. I love the dude.
Before, he was really cool.
Amazing guy, right? I love him. But
As soon as that he puts on.
Yeah, exactly.
but you know, conversations with him changed.
Before, he was really cool.
Yeah, before he was really cool. Conversations with him changed, and like kind of in the sense of like, all right, cool, yo, was this guy wrong for doing that? And he's like, yeah. And then a week later, he'll be like, you know, he wasn't really wrong for doing it. And I'm like, what? Excuse me?
Is there a specific case?
There was a case that it was a while around the time of like Trayvon Martin. There was another like a cop shooting, and I forgot who it was with, and I'm trying to remember the name. Eric Gardner, was that the one that got choked?
Yes.
He got choked, yeah.
Okay,
For
I don't know if it was
cigarette?
for the cigarettes.
I believe he
I
was
don't
the
know if it
first one
was
that said,
that
I
one,
can't breathe.
But yeah, but my cousin's like, oh, well, you have to understand as an officer, you know, most people, this is what they're teaching officers. I want you guys to understand this. They're teaching officers that, oh, well, you know, statistically speaking, black people are going to be the ones that are going to jail. Black people are the ones committing crimes. Black people are this, black people are that. Statistically speaking, black. That's what they're teaching cops. And that's what he's starting to, like, he was showing me, like, this is what they're teaching. And I'm like, bro, if you look at the numbers, statistically speaking, most people in prison are white. And he's like, and then my cousin goes, and I quote, this is what he said. He's like, well, yeah, that's just because most of the population is white. I'm like, nigga, wait, what?
Oh
wait
my
a minute.
God.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Wow. So doesn't that show you even whether the population is mostly white or not? If most people are in prison are white, who's committing most of the crime? No. Blah, 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 blah. Everything for cops is black. So that's what I'm saying. Like, they're trained. They're trained a certain way. And for us to fix the issue, first we need to train them correctly.
Yeah. It's like, oh, by the way, we're going to train you for like 8 weeks. You're a cop now.
All right. Now I got you guys. Hey.
What? There's other countries that they train for like 2 fucking years.
We need to put the police department out of business.
All
right. So if you're racist.
No, listen. What is the most popular phone number?
Phone number?
Yes.
911.
Thank you. What did she just say?
No, asylum's number 786-559-485.
911. That is the most popular. Everyone who has a phone knows what 911 stands for.
They even adapted 911 in other countries. Before it wasn't.
Really?
Yeah.
This is your competition, so you got to create something.
An asylum, right? It's 911 and then it's our number.
Yeah.
So it's like booking sessions, calling for emergencies.
Yeah.
What's the...
Yeah. If 911 doesn't pick up, asylum security got you.
Yeah,
You know
we
what I'm
got
saying?
it. Don't worry about it.
Security, that's how you
Yeah.
that's how you market it.
So
Security.
what would
You
you
can't have it like that.
what would you I guess what do you consider, if you could I guess have an answer, what would you consider the resolution to all this? Because you keep on saying how it needs to be, correct me if I'm wrong, abolished, right?
What?
The police department.
Well, I feel like it can be changed.
So you would like to keep it?
Well, here's the thing, man. Let's say we have like, how big is our budget? Let's say, for example, we have a few billion.
Sure.
Right.
We got a couple billion.
We could reform, the police department. What could we do, right? I would, if I have, if I have freedom.
Yeah.
You feel me? If I have freedom, I would combine something with the lawyers, bounty hunters, right?
Lawyers like
yo, fresh out of college, you're studying law.
Okay.
Right? We teach you how to be a bounty hunter. We teach you about how to be a cop. You combine the three, and we make like a hybrid.
Wow. A cop lawyer, bounty hunter. I guarantee you, he'll never tell the fucking truth, yo. Not a single word he says is gonna be the truth. Cop, lawyer, and bounty hunter.
That's it, yo.
Boy, I'm never gonna trust that man.
Yo, listen.
Yo,
You create.
he's got a degree on how to lie. He's got a degree.
Yo, he's an
Yo.
assassin. Yeah. Yo,
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a
Yo.
lot.
This is the thing. You need to have a police for the police. You feel me?
Yeah.
You need to have someone you can call. That's why I made the point where 911 is the most fucking popular phone number. Yo, you have a cell phone. You know what 911 stands for. You know what I'm saying?
You could not pay for your phone bill and still call
And you
911.
could still call them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Gang
So-
shit.
Oh, I ain't
That's a
know
free
that.
call.
I would be like, excuse me, 911. I need to call my mom. Can you please? It's an emergency.
Can you connect me real quick?
If your phone's not working, you could call 911.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How do we do that for asylum? How do we get?
Yo,
for
How
real.
do they do it? They use fear, yo.
Fucking
You know what I mean? They use
fear
fear.
is
and
the
then
enemy's
safety. That's
biggest
the-
weapon.
But their solution, they're selling their product is safety. You feel me? While everyone's feeling this fear, what's being fueled by TV, the news, all this shit. We have safety in the blanket. We got something like perfect for you. You just gotta dial this number right here, and we'll come save your day.
Avery,
Feel me?
what's
And beat your ass too.
yeah, free of charge, baby, free of charge. Police have too many jobs. Avery, do you have any personal stories? Interacting with any police officers, anything like
I'm
that?
so happy. Yes.
That you'd like to share?
Yeah. So all right. Let's see.
Like, let me go through the files.
Yeah, I have a couple. I
haven't been here 2 weeks and I got stories.
I have a few run-ins. What's the beginning of my life with my run-ins with cops? It's been an altercation, right? But then everything is dropped. You feel me? Because sometimes
Like aggressive at first,
yeah,
and then
it's
when you
aggressive,
finally,
and then it just stops. You
Yeah.
feel me? Because I'm either with people and I don't look like fucking bitch in front of my friends. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking shit to the cop, and then he's like, "Oh, this guy, he knows what he's talking about. I'll leave him alone." Right? And there's been situations where you
That's
feel me?
vital what you just said.
That's what it is.
They
If you know how
fucking
to
play
talk
with
to
you
people.
if you don't know what you're talking about. Or
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
able to.
And it was so crazy. One night, right? It was my friend's birthday, right? And I was telling her earlier that day, like, yo, listen, these are the different kinds of rights you have if you ever get pulled over. Like, you don't have to get searched. You gotta ask them questions like, am I being detained and shit? Like, you gotta ask the right questions. And that same night, yo, I got pulled over by a cop. You feel me? And she was in the back seat. And I was like, oh, this is the fucking chance. You feel me? It was like, this is the fucking moment, right? And that entire thing happened. They put me in handcuffs. And
Wait, but how about before you're in handcuffs? I mean, give me a play-by-play though.
so yeah, they came in, they pulled me over, and it was like, oh,
They came to your,
yeah,
Why
I
they
was
pull you
driving.
over,
No,
though?
they pulled me over and they said, you took in a wrong turn. Like,
By the way, if they
took a
ever
wrong-
ask
wrong
you,
turn.
do you know why I stopped you? Always say no, because if you're like, yeah, because I was speeding, maybe they stopped you for another reason, and now you just added speeding to your ticket.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
always be like, nah, I have no idea.
Yeah, but the thing is, I didn't care, you know. The thing is, I was fucking, you know, all of it was true. I was just like trying to get home,
Yeah.
right? And they were giving me directions, and they gave me the wrong direction, so I made a turn, and so there was a cop right behind me, and he pulled me over. So when he pulled me over, we just started talking. I was like, "Oh, am I being detained?" He's like,
Did
"Oh, is there
he?
an issue?"
Did he pull out his gun as he was walking to your vehicle?
Nah, yeah, I don't.
I mean, that's not an exaggeration.
Yeah, I know, but there was no gun pulled. That's
Okay,
the thing.
okay.
I'm saying my interaction with cops.
Gotcha.
It's been like more of a debate. I'm either like pissed off, you know what I mean, or I'm like intoxicated. There has been moments where I have been pulled, and I'm drunk as fuck.
Mm.
You feel me? I just had to deal with that shit.
You get sober real quick. I mean, shit.
Yo, the thing is, man.
I don't. Oh my gosh.
You
my
don't?
Heart.
Yeah, I get.
Yo, the thing is, like, the experience of it shows you how far they can take it. Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
How far they can take it, but it's this balance between knowing what you can say can stop everything. You know what I mean?
So
and
what?
knowing that if you don't know what to say, that you are in danger. You know what I'm talking about? But if you don't know what to say, then you have to know that balance. Because you can be like, nah, fuck this, right? But wait, let me work with you. At the same time, let me work with you, because I don't want to lose my fucking life, right? Or you could just be like, nah, fuck all this shit, dog. I don't care. I need to get the fuck out of here. Fuck all this shit. And it usually does work, because they'll be like, well, he seems like a good guy. Fuck it, I'll leave him alone.
But some cops are like, oh, this guy's a fucking smart ass. He knows all his shit. How was this guy? Because I mean, some of them you start hitting them with the no, I don't consent. You start hitting them with the textbook terms. They start getting real angsty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. One time I got pulled over. I was in St. Petersburg, right? We were drinking for my
St. Petey, baby. St. Petey.
My cousin was graduating, so we were fucking celebrating. You feel me? And we got into a fight inside the fucking club, right? And the cop pulled me, cop got involved, and I didn't know where my brother was, so I was like, yo, where the fuck's my brother? What's going on? And he's like, yo, we're detaining you for, intoxication, and I was demanding for a test. Breathalyzer.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not gonna fail that shit because I'm not drunk. You know what I mean? Let me take that shit right now.
That breathalyzer.
Let me take the breathalyzer. No, we're not gonna give you a breathalyzer. I was like, how the fuck are you gonna, arrest me for intoxication if you can't even prove the fact that I'm drunk? So what the fuck, yo? Let me get the fucking breathalyzer. If you can't do that, where the fuck's my brother? That was my fucking vibe the whole time. And yeah, later on they dropped the shit. Right, it was just annoying to go through.
Did they still take you away?
Yeah, they took us away, but then they ended up dropping the charges. But it was just annoying to have to go through all that.
Ill, as a
People are
man,
like in that shit,
Ill, do you like when you go out, or I guess before the world closed and you went out, do you ever have that sort of like conflict, that typical ego conflict that males tend to find themselves in sometimes when alcohol is involved, maybe with a bouncer, or it can really be anybody that looks at you the wrong way when you're intoxicated, and that's that toxic masculinity,
intoxication,
right? Have you had any sort of encounters like that?
You're asking if I've ever had any like bar fights?
Gang shit, boy. I put it eloquently, and then let's summarize it.
So let's
well, there you have it.
I've never had anybody like try me in a club, like in that sense. I not that I remember, at least. I mean, it's not like I go clubbing every weekend anyway, or I did before. Like, it's not.
Or when like you're performing, that sort of thing.
No, I mean, I've never really had a situation like that occur. Honestly,
Nice.
I'm trying to think back to.
Yo, you don't.
All right. It was more so in high school that would happen.
Yeah, that immaturity.
You know,
It's
it's different now. I don't know. And people don't really mess. I mean, but I'm not one of those drunks that's just in everybody's face like, yo, wow.
Yo, you know what happened? Yo, I was in there. I was dancing, right? And I was dancing with this girl, right? And then this guy came out of nowhere. He's like, yo, why you dancing with my girl, yo? Why you dancing with my girl, yo? And I was like, yo, she's dancing with me. What the fuck is going on, right? Yo, you need to talk to your girl, right? It's like, no. And then the girl's like, oh, I don't know this guy, right? And I'm like, yo, what the fuck, bitch, right? So, and then my brother come out of nowhere. He's like, yo, get off of my brother, right? And then he's like, no. Next thing you know, a fucking guard comes in, like, yo, why yada. And he's like, yo, get your hands off my brother. And then next thing, it escalated. And then you know what happened.
Yeah.
That's what happened, bro.
Whose fault
Some
was
bullshit,
that?
yo, dude.
Girls?
Is it the girls, yo? Listen,
I mean, if you guys are dancing together and then, nah, man.
She switched up real quick, yo.
Nah,
How
that's
the
not
fuck
right.
you gonna let your girl, right? You know, dance with me? You know what I mean? Like, yo.
No, also, no, wait. It was the guy, too, because why he coming at you? He should have been at his girl. Be
That's
like,
what
what the
I told
fuck are
him,
you
yo.
doing, bitch?
It's
You
different.
know,
like, you gotta
come
talk
on
to
now.
your girl,
Yeah,
yo.
if he would have known, it's different. But he didn't know.
Exactly.
How the fuck? He's like,
I'm just trying to have a good time.
Yeah, I'm just trying to dance, yo. I'm dancing with her, yo. We're not talking, yo. We're just dancing, yo. We don't just have conversation. Oh, I got a boyfriend. He's watching me. Shit.
Yeah.
No, we don't talk about that shit, yo. We just dancing, right? And then buddy come out of nowhere.
I don't know.
Hey, as soon as I see somebody rubbing up behind me, I'm just like, hey, espérate, hold on. Ain't that kind of party.
No, we dancing for songs, yo. You feel me? It's time, you know. It's not like a moment.
She
It's
didn't
like
care who was behind her.
right. Yo.
Aly and Craig, have you guys had any weird situations like that?
No.
Nah, no one like looking at your girl, something like that, and then like none, no disrespect, nothing like that. Dope.
Usually, I just walk in the club and I'm just dancing to myself. If anything comes behind me, I'm at the wall the majority of the time. I'm
That's
dancing
what
the
she
wall or Craig's on the wall.
Hell yeah.
Came up with the girl who was grinding on the pole, but she was there was two guys, but the girl was dancing with the pole the whole night.
Oh,
There was 2 girls, 2 guys, but the guy or girl?
The girl was dancing on the pole.
whole night. The pole was
Oh
dancing,
shit! Oh my god.
She was vibing.
She was vibing. You remember that
like,
girl?
sitting behind her.
no.
You remember that girl grinding with Tree at Ultra a couple years back?
yeah,
She was beautiful. That's
yeah.
drugs. That's drugs.
No.
That's drugs for you.
That's drugs.
If
That's
you
beautiful.
are going to the club with your girl, y'all need to establish rules.
Female Tips by Aly.
Personally, no, not even like if y'all in a relationship, that shouldn't happen. Like, yo, you shouldn't be going up to no dude. You should always go up to your female because it's y'all. Like, how the fuck? Anyways,
Hell
I don't know.
Like, where was he? Did he go to the bathroom?
Right.
Right.
It would have been like she don't even look back. She just, this my man. That feel like him.
Yo, nah, she got caught.
I know those hips. I know those hips anywhere.
Yo, because the thing is, yo, she knew as soon as that altercation happened, she's going home with that guy, right? So that's why she switched up, because she don't got to deal with me. She got to deal with that guy later. You feel me? She could have easily been like, oh, I don't know who that guy was. You know, he just
That's a toxic ass relationship.
Yo, what the
And
fuck,
then
yo?
you go
That's
on
how
into
you.
life, and it's just that
Yeah.
guy's fault.
Yeah, it was that guy's fault. Unless, what, she gonna really give a fuck? Like, oh, man, I'm sorry. You know, like, I was.
No,
sorry.
pero
Yeah,
también
fuck
him,
that.
man.
Yo. That's why it happened like that, yo. But fuck it, yo.
They both pointing the finger at someone else and then 3 fingers pointing back at them. They don't even see each other.
Yeah, the shit just got fucking
They're like-
hectic.
Avery, for those who don't know, I mean, we were, diving into a couple other topics right now. But obviously, you are a poet and author. Why don't you tell us a little bit about
And rapper, yeah.
and rapper?
Thank you, good sir.
And why don't you tell us a little bit about how that got started? Did you start with the poetry or your journey to writing your own book? How'd that start?
Okay, so the rapping part started when I was like 11 years old. I was in my neighborhood and I walked outside and my neighbors were in a tree,
Nice.
just like sitting on the branches,
On some
just
Curious George shit.
on some Curious George shit, but they're freestyling. And I was like, yo, what the fuck kind of shit y'all doing? know what I mean? Like what
What
kind
is
of
this-
magical
what is
shit?
this wizardry?
Yo, what the fuck did I step into, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he's like, yo, come on up, man. So I climbed up the tree.
Top of the dome.
You know what I'm talking about? And then we just started freestyling. I tried it, and it was so fucking dope, beautiful, changed my life from there. You know? And so I kept writing. You know, I wrote raps for years until I started doing poetry. And
What made you branch out from rap into poetry?
Literally, because you fell in
well,
on
the
the
thing
tree.
is, yeah, the poet in the tree, the poet in the tree, and that's where it all comes back to trees, you know. That's the circle, circle of life. Yeah. So, the transition was like pretty much silence, you know, like music. You're rapping, and you're writing to like beats. You're writing to something that's like it's sound. It's noise that you change. You know, you harness, you warp it into whatever, you know, kind of when anything that has harmony, so people can listen to. But then there's silence, and that's the difference. You know, it's poetry.
You make
You're
your own
just
cadence.
you're talking to whatever is going on in your head. You feel me? And people will listen to it in that moment. It's on a deeper level because it's just the words itself, right? And I think when I started getting into like a lot of spiritual shit, that's when I started writing poetry. And I wanted to write about fear. This was my idea, to write about fear.
For those who don't know, we have, and you see it on the camera, you see it on the screen. Who
Oh, you want me to
Ordered
pull it up?
Chaos by Avery Crane. You see it on the screen, you see it on the camera. It's a beautiful, beautiful, tight leather bound book, hardcover, just beautiful quality.
Definitely part.
You know, you
Right?
pocket size, you know, for the travel, for the traveling man or woman, you know, who needs that literature on the go, you know. You got Who Ordered Chaos by Avery Crane, you know, beautiful book to get that the flight experience, you know, get that shortened real quick, you know. You don't want to go to sleep, you can't go to sleep because your neighbor is being annoying, leaving that little light on. What type of person leaves that light on? Like, I hate that sort of person. Like, everybody has a light off to sleep, and you have one more on who, and
Hey
so
man, I
you
gotta sleep with the TV light on. Okay.
and
It's just comfort.
and you can't go to sleep, you go ahead and you read that Who Ordered Chaos
yes.
by Avery Crane.
When the heart met fear.
How tell us about how'd you get started on this book? Because, you know, not every artist nowadays has that ambition to kind of you know, branch out again, and write a book. You know, most people are kind of like pursuing that digital realm, that sort of like online thing. And you went and you got a very physical, very personal, very intimate work of art here. Why do you have that old school sort of like passion for craftsmanship, for work? Where'd that come about?
Well, it all started when I quit my job.
Did you,
That's easy, happy.
yeah. Did you quit in like a fabulous fashion? Was it like
Yo, so I talked to my mentor at the time, and he was like, you gotta make it seem like you're changing industries. You feel me? So it doesn't sound like they get butthurt over competition. You know, like if you're working at Best Buy, it's like, I quit to go to fucking Comcast. You know what I mean? You don't say that shit, right?
boy, Circus City
So,
poached
yeah,
me,
you feel
boy?
me? Yeah. So I was at T-Mobile, and I was like, yo, I'm pursuing my music career. You know what I'm talking about? And they were like, oh, okay, that's fine. So I went to Puerto Rico. You feel me? I said, fuck all that shit. So I went to Puerto Rico.
Why Puerto Rico?
Because, yo, I have family in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
You know, on my dad's side, my grandmother on my dad's side, Puerto Rican, right? On my mom's side, Jamaican.
Okay.
But I decided to go to Puerto Rico. So when I went to Puerto Rico, I did some dumb, wild shit, dude. The only peace of mind I had was the fact that it was a round trip.
How old were you?
That's the only fucking peace of mind I had. I was like, yo, I'm gonna go. I don't know what the hell's gonna happen, but I know I'll be back.
So you had no plans.
I had no plan.
How old were you?
This is 2015. It's 2020, 5 years ago. How old am I now? I'm 26. That's 21.
Check
I was
back,
21.
carry the
That's
one.
math. That's math right there.
Dying fucking
That's
Rain Man
math.
shit, yo. Yeah, I was 21.
Shout out to Dr. Brown. You know?
21 people here going to
fuck
bars
yeah,
and
fuck
drinking
yeah.
for the first time legally. He was in Puerto Rico.
Yo.
Yeah, so now, like, I went to Puerto Rico, but before I went, I was in the airport tripping out, yo, because I found this woman on couch surfing, right?
Yeah,
she said I
couch
could
surfing.
stay there for a week. I had no idea because I
No,
booked
what did
it
you
for
say?
a month. What?
She found a woman on couch surfing. Couch surfing is a
surfing.
website.
Oh, I
that,
thought you said cow surfing.
No.
Like,
That's what I was doing.
I went from cow to cow, boy.
Nah, that's some trippy shit.
Nah, you can pretty much stay at their places for free.
Yeah.
It's like an Airbnb.
But free.
It's like
Oh,
wolfing.
Wait,
free.
why would they
Wow.
do that?
It's like
Like to
wolfing,
meet
you
people,
trade,
and
trade,
a lot of them
barter.
want to have sex.
Well, you barter. I don't know. You barter.
Yeah.
Barter,
barter
sex.
penis.
Yeah, the facts, facts, baby. Hey, penis 2 nights, baby. That's an equal transaction. You know what I'm
Barter,
saying?
what do you what? So, explain, because I've
Yo,
never heard
bro,
of this.
listen. When I got there, the agreement is I'll stay there for a week. I had no idea.
Oh, that's
Because I had.
that's like 3
yo,
dick
dude,
right there.
I was
Yeah.
gonna stay. I had.
The exchange rate.
Yo, my trip, my round trip was a month, right? And I was like, all right, how the fuck am I gonna figure this out, yo? But I'll figure some shit out. So I was tripping out at the airport, and I was like, damn, it finally hit me. I was right about to hop on the fucking flight, and then it hit me like, yo, you're crazy, yo. You just left your job, you just booked a round trip to Puerto Rico. You don't know anybody. You met someone online.
Were you
Just
just
couch surfing, right? Who the
were
fuck,
you
right?
were you just tripping emotionally, or were you on something?
No, I wasn't. I was on nothing. This is my
I was
life.
on life, baby. I
Bro,
was on life.
life, pure life, bro. I was like, what the hell's gonna go down, right?
Yeah.
Adrenaline, bro.
Adrenaline.
Hell yeah.
So
What?
I called my aunt, and my aunt was like, you need to figure out what is your intent, right? Why are you going there? You feel me? So I sat down and I looked at my tattoo. I have a tattoo that says "Nil Timendum," that's fear nothing, in Latin, right? And I got that tattoo like 2 weeks before the trip. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna write about fear. I'm gonna find out what the fuck it is. You know what I mean? I'm gonna see why it stops people. I'm gonna get to the bottom of the shit, and I'm gonna write about it. So I went on that trip, dog, and I just started like, whenever I get like fucking scared or some shit, and I see somebody like checking me out, like, who the fuck is that? I just walk up to them. It's like, yo, I'm writing a book about fear. You feel me? Like, yo, what do you think about? You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, it's like, yo, what do you think about fear? You know? Instantly break any fucking icebreaker, any fucking like weird moment, because you're in a fucking foreign land, dog, for a month. You feel me?
Did most of them speak English? Yeah, right.
Of course, dog.
For real?
Puerto Rico.
Motherfuckers,
It's
Puerto Rico.
US territory.
Motherfuckers act like they don't speak English, bro, but they do. You feel me?
But they
they rather listen to see if you do.
but they would obviously come at you at first with Spanish,
You feel
right?
me? Of course.
Yeah.
They prefer to just see if you speak English. You know, it's everyone speaks Spanish, but everyone speaks English. Everyone prefer to speak Spanish.
Never been. Have you been?
Never been to Puerto
Dude,
Rico.
I was in Luquillo, bro, for a month. Beautiful, man.
Did you stay with at the same place, like the one that was supposed to be only for a week? Or?
Yeah, the same place. Cause
Oh.
yo, when I went out there, bro, look, check this out. They picked me up, right? Yo, dude,
They picked you up?
Yo, listen.
Wow,
I had nothing,
yo.
bro. Cause I was at T-Mobile, right? And I was gonna get my check like the next week, right? Direct deposit. I had like $80 in my pocket, right? Coming into land, the fucking lady sends a guy to pick me up, and he's like, "Okay, I'm in the front. My fee is gonna be $60." And I'm like, "What?
Wait, what?
Yo, I only got $80. You're gonna leave me with $20? Right? What the fuck is this, right?"
Wait, to just drive you?
To drive me, bro. To drive me.
Nah,
dog.
baby, I'm gonna walk. I'm sorry.
Yo, it was hours, bro. I got there at like midnight.
No, I'm
dog.
kidding. I'm fucking.
Yo, hell no, bro.
Yeah, nah,
You
nah.
arrived at what time?
I got there because my flight got delayed. It just kept getting delayed, and I
Dang.
got there in Puerto Rico at like midnight.
Fuck.
You feel me? Midnight. I don't know nobody there, right? So I was like, yo, I don't have anything. I'll give you my watch. I got $20. You know, da-da-da. He's like, yo, keep the watch. I'll take the $20. It's all good, whatever. He drives me for 2 hours or some shit, right?
Wow.
We get there, and it's completely dark, and he looks at me, and he's like, yo, do you do you have any food? And I was like, no, I don't have any food. He's like, okay. He pulls out like Vienna sausages, you know, them nasty ass fucking cans.
I mean, I wouldn't say nasty.
But I mean, like, if I guess
that is
but
a
it's
decadent.
disgusting
That is
right now. You know what I mean?
Delicacy.
Delicacy. All right. That is the higher
he gave,
echelon.
he gave me the shits, right? And I was like, okay, cool. And then he looked at me. He was like, yo, do you have anything? Like, do you have something to protect you? And I was like, nah. He gets like a lead pipe, and he hands it to me. He's like, here.
He just had a lead
gives
pipe.
me a lead.
Yeah.
He had a pickup, so
That's
he
love.
picked up a lead pipe. He's like, here, yo, just in case, you know. I was like, oh fuck.
Gang shit.
Yo, I was like, yo, what the fuck is about to happen, yo?
That
But he's
is-
giving me a lead pipe, bro.
That is the equivalent.
I would have been scared if he was looking over his shoulder. If he was like,
Yo,
okay, here.
bro,
Hey,
that's
hey,
beautiful.
Keep running.
Yo,
Go,
that's
go,
the
go, go.
equivalent. That's the equivalent of like fathers giving their sons like a knife, dropping them in the
and
fucking
like going
forest,
to the
and be
forest
like,
is like, go
"Come
find-
back a
yeah,
week from
bring-
now, and you're a man."
Yeah,
You
bring
know,
back your
like,
kill. Yeah.
Yo,
So he gave me the lead pipe, and he said, all right, the groundskeeper, the guy who keeps the grounds, because the woman, she runs the spot, but she doesn't live on the spot. There's the groundskeeper, and he was like, he's off the grid, so he doesn't have a phone, right? And I was like, okay, so how do I get this guy? You feel me? And he was like, his name is Zion, so you have to call out Zion.
you're fucking
So
with
yo,
me.
it's like it's like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the fucking morning.
Nah,
gives
How
me
are
a
you
lead
not
pipe.
shitting
Yo,
bricks?
I'm tripping
Yo.
the fuck out. Bro. Keep in mind, I'm
This
on
is
this journey.
day one.
Listen, I'm on this journey of writing a book about fear, right? So I'm getting
Okay,
thrown into
everything.
the abyss.
oh, you got mad material
Terror,
shit. Oh,
terror, bro.
I'm scared myself.
Yo, I'm
Like-
scared as fuck, bro. I'm in it. Just like, yo, guy is off the grid. His name is Zion. Here's this lead pipe. Just keep walking and yell his name. Just yell out his name. Zion. Just yell out his name. Right?
Lead pipe and Vienna sausages, baby. That's all you need. That's all you need. A lead pipe and some Vienna sausages.
Yo, for real, bro. And so I did it, and I was walking. I was like, Zion, right? I was like walking.
I'm like, I'm
Zion.
getting fucked with. Like,
You feel me?
they're
I
fucking
was like,
with me.
yo, I'm dead. Yo, I'm done. I'm thinking in my man. I was like, yo, they can't rob me. I got like $20. What they gonna take? I'm thinking in my head, like, yo, I got nothing, right? I'm walking.
You're gonna turn this to a ritual in the future.
Right.
You gotta walk down the thing with a pipe.
Were you- Were you at this point where you found yourself in the middle of Puerto Rico with no one you knew in the middle of darkness at like 1 o'clock in the morning with a lead pipe and Vienna sausages? Did you have any regrets at that point yet?
Yo, I was terrified, yo.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of the irony of my whole journey.
You're like, yo,
You
let
feel
me
me? That it's something I couldn't think of. I couldn't unthink it.
Mm.
You feel me? Once it happened, it was like, all right, well, this is what's gonna happen.
This is the brand new.
This is what you're gonna see.
Yeah.
What you came for.
This is what you came
Right,
for, and this is what you asked for.
intention.
It's
Yeah.
literally the intention, and
Yeah.
we're gonna put you in positions where you're terrified and you're gonna face it.
Right?
You want material to write about? Here it
You want
is.
material to write about? Here you go, right?
The Truman Show push that button. It's
Yeah.
like,
Boom. Yes,
there you
yes.
go, my nigga.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes, yeah.
You want some material?
Exactly. That's
Content.
exactly. Yo, that's exactly what happened. But yeah, I was screaming Zion. I was walking,
Yo.
and this 2 dogs came up. Right, and I love dogs. You feel me? Dogs came up, and I started petting the dogs. And this guy who lives there, Zion, he was a groundskeeper. He was like a nomad who's been traveling for like 15 years.
Like a
You feel me?
gypsy?
Yo, no, yeah, kind of like that, right?
Okay.
But he got he was studying psychology, right? Got his master's, and then he just said fuck all this shit and just went on the land
Oh, wow.
for 15 years.
One of
became a
those-
hunter, right?
Sounds like a
and
best
yo,
friend.
I sat, he was there like I'm a groundskeeper, and it was like 40, 80 acres of fucking land
Wow.
in Puerto Rico. And he's like, yeah, I live here, we're taking care of the land. I'm like, yo, what the fuck just happened, yo?
Solo dolo?
This shit solo, right?
Wow.
But just as 2 dogs. You feel me? And I was like, yo, what the fuck kind of portal did I just step through? You
For
know
real.
what I mean?
That's some Narnia shit. Right
Crazy
there. Like,
shit, bro.
shit.
I'm talking to this guy, and he's a fucking psychologist, and we're talking about crazy fucking wild shit. You know what I mean?
And this is the guy that you were speaking to on Couchsurf? Or
No.
Couchsurfing?
The woman who was. This is just the groundskeeper. The woman,
Okay.
she does.
So kind of like
she
just
does,
takes
camping
care
and
of the
shit.
land.
Yeah, he takes care of the land, like a caretaker. You know, of the land.
Gotcha.
You feel me? And just by talking to him, I was able to stay longer for the whole month.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I was
Yeah.
like, okay, cool. So, and I was like, yeah.
Did you meet the woman finally or no?
I did. I met her. Turns out it was a scam.
What do you mean?
Yeah. That was the plot twist. It was like one of those plot twists that you just don't give a shit about.
Whoa.
Because it has nothing to do with the
Scam.
it has
What do you
nothing to do
mean?
with my story, right?
But what was the scam?
The scam was she was fucking like scamming people. She was like trying to fuck. What was? Damn, I don't want to give the wrong because this is accusation.
She scammed you, or
No,
you
she just
found out
scammed
that
me.
she? Oh,
Because here's the thing: people would pay to go there, right? But
Okay.
it wasn't hers or some shit. It wasn't in her name or some shit like that. I
Yo.
don't. Some crazy shit happened, right, during the time.
That's like if I hit up a realtor friend of mine. I was like, yo, what couple of houses you selling?
Yo.
And I'm like, yo, you can stay on South Beach. That's my shit right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, mind you, this is 5 years ago, so it's like it was a long time, so I didn't really care. I was focused on my fucking life. I was just there living for free. You
Yeah.
feel me? People were going there paying for like to get the permaculture experience, and it was a bad experience. It was all bullshit or something like that happened.
So what would you have done if he was like, nah, like you can't stay here?
I would have found somewhere else, bro. I would fucking have that island diet, wait until that check drop,
Yeah.
figure it out. I got a month.
That iguana me, baby.
Bro, listen, we hunted iguana. Dog.
Oh, yeah?
We hunted iguana. Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Buddy I told you he's been living on the land, so he would hunt if he needs to.
So he wouldn't even buy food?
If he doesn't have money to buy food, he would hunt. And he hunted iguanas, and I remember he had this shit's crazy.
did you taste it?
Yeah, I had it.
It's
I had
good?
some. This shit's good, yeah.
For real?
Shit
What does it taste
Yo,
like?
it tastes like fish.
Fish? I thought you were gonna
tastes
say
like-
chicken.
No. You would think in this world, but no.
Alligator
Tastes
tastes like
fish.
chicken.
No. This shit
Oh
tastes
my
like
gosh.
kind of chewy fish,
Okay.
but it tastes good, dog.
Like calamari? Calamari's chewy fish.
Kind of, but
Yeah.
it's more flaky, kind
Sure,
of.
it
Mm.
was
I don't.
delicious in the moment.
It was,
Right?
yo. We hunted it, bro. We hunted it. That was
Yeah.
our like.
It was
primal
well
state.
satisfying.
Yeah.
You
of
feel me?
course.
He had this whole system where they'll climb up the tree, right? And he would climb up the tree and he would like slap the bark, and then when he would slap the bark, they would fall, hit the ground. When they hit the ground, they would take off running, and when they take off running, the dogs would chase it and circle it. You feel me? So the dogs would start chasing out the iguanas until he comes in, grabs it by the neck. You feel me? And then, does his prayers. You know what I mean? And then we eat. Later on. So, and it's crazy, yo, because I'm like watching this shit like, yo, what the fuck this is my American fucking raised mind in my, yo, dude.
There was
I'm
a lot
like,
of culture shock.
Yo, a lot of clashing in my head.
Yeah.
Like, yo, what is happening?
Right
yo?
versus
and then
wrong.
and then he's like, he blesses it, and then he first he kills it, right? Then he blesses it, and then he cooks it, and we eat it, and I was like, yo, it's so good. It was so good that it felt weird because later on, when we left, all the dogs just ate everything. And we came back, we were like, damn, we were pissed at the dogs. We were like, yo, maybe it was too good. You feel me? It was like, it was too good because it was like, yo.
So it was a humane kill.
What?
It was a humane kill.
What do you mean?
As far as like he respected the animal.
Yeah, man, because you're taking life. You know what I mean? And I feel like if you're hunting, if you eat the kill at the moment, it's the difference between doing that and like refrigerating it, right? Saving it, and it gets a little twisted. It kind of feels greedy. A little
Okay.
bit. But if you have it for that
Like
moment,
stockpiling sort of thing.
yeah, and I think that's why it happened. I think that's why the dogs fucking ate that shit because we had a couple of iguanas and I got some fucking bruises too. Fucking shit, they cut me up with the fucking tails, yo.
What would you say? What would you say was? I guess like if you
But
could.
yo, you know what's crazy? When I came back after that, like I felt like when I was there, I would eat a lamb like every week. You feel me? I would eat gyros
in Puerto Rico.
In Puerto Rico, it felt like it was so much. I was so much detached from like the internet and the Wi-Fi in the nature, and it was so much for me that I needed to grasp onto some type of like normality. You feel me? Like I would go to like where Wi-Fi would be.
Oh, so
I
you
felt
weren't
like,
using your phone at all.
Yo, no, I would do it, right? And one of the things I would do is eat fucking lamb. I would eat a lot of it. But when I left Puerto Rico and came back here, I didn't want to eat any of it. It was
Why?
gone. don't know, Diane. It was weird, bro. I just had no appetite to eat any of it, any of the meat. You feel me? But it was weird. Like, I ate so much back then in Puerto Rico, in that state. Like, it felt like I was like hunting, right? And then I came back and I was like, yo, I'm done with this shit.
Maybe here in America, it feels like that fridge mentality.
Yeah, that's what it is. It feels like the fridge mentality here. The greed. Everything is saved, stockpiled. You feel me? And and it's death. It's dead. You know, it's not like.
Do you see yourself living a similar lifestyle as him in the future?
As who?
As the person who you encountered over there.
Oh,
Zion.
Zion.
The similarities I would see. The similarities I would.
Oh,
Zion with two dogs.
Yeah, the similarities I would see would be his interest in psychology.
But you wouldn't be interested in kind of like living that off the grid sort of life.
I think options are power. You feel me? Like, I think what you have, the more you know, the more options you have. You know, if you think about it, if this is the end of days, like you say, you know, are you more successful, aligned with the people who know how to survive in the wilderness? You know, versus people who know how to survive in the concrete jungle. You feel me? Because that's literally what it is. You have the concrete jungle, you got the businessmen, you got the sharks, and then you have the people who are not in the concrete jungle, in the actual fucking jungle. You know what I mean? So it's like this balance between these two worlds, you know?
If you could give our listeners, I guess sort of like maybe 2 or 3, you know, golden nuggets of wisdom that you learned over there, what would they be?
In Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
All right. Intent is very powerful.
Okay.
That is it's baffling how powerful it is.
The reason
Behind whatever you're doing. You know, and the thing is, I had no intent. What's the magic is, because you have to have, first of all, you have to have sheer will, right? And you have to have curiosity, because curiosity will show you what you cannot even see, right? You have to be willing to be able to see it, right? When it does come to you. Now, the will is for you to actually push through and drive on and actually journey on and find out what it is, you know? Now, bro, my intent was to figure out what the fuck fear is, get to the bottom of it and stop it, right? I had no idea I was gonna create something that came out like this, you know? I had no idea about the heart. I had no idea about any of this. But how it came into my life, bro, was it's trippy, bro, because it like this yielded the universe. My universe became one with this book that I created. You feel me? In the creative process of it, you know? And then at the end of it, once I figure out the story, because it is chaos, you know, I feel like the actual compilation of this book is when the order comes in, because you're putting it in a cohesive, you know, something cohesive. Structure. Now, I want to fuck your head up.
Please do.
Before this was a book, this was a play, a one-man play.
I remember.
You remember it,
Yes,
and I actually performed it for you
I
one
remember
time.
it, yep.
And imagine if you wrote a play about chaos, right? And it's not written down, and it's just in your head, right? You know how fucking crazy that is, yo? Just for a moment, you feel me? Just for a moment, you get me? You know the life of an actor, dog. You know the life of an actor.
Yeah,
you
we're
too,
all a
bro.
little fucked up in the head.
You know you're walking down the street, fucking memorizing lines to yourself and shit, right?
Going to sleep to the recording of your lines to memorize them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
To memorize them subconsciously. It's insane.
Yes. And it was a play that never happened because I felt like it was too much for me in that phase. So I was like, damn, the next thing for me to do to recover from that is to actually write it down and make it something that's cohesive, you know, something, a little big book.
When you say recover, did you feel, you know, let down by yourself? Like what was that experience like when the play didn't come to fruition?
Well, the experience is when it didn't come into fruition, it was just evident at that moment because I was like, all right, I had to make it into a book. I had to actually publish it and create it. Because it was like I was in between these two different things. Like, all right, am I going to create a play or am I going to write a book? What am I going to do with it? So let me try out doing the play because I got it memorized. You know, I got it. I became one with it. Yo, you know how I wrote this book? I printed out this book. I scattered it around. It's all different pieces of poetry, and I put it together, and it became a whole different narrative. You know, literally the process of me creating this book is putting order to chaos. And the chaos comes in when it's separate, and you can see it. And just by observing it, it becomes less and less chaos, and becomes more order because you can see it now. And then once you move it, that takes power. If you can move chaos, then you're literally implementing order into it, right?
At that point, you're killing chaos, which is amazing.
Right, it becomes it becomes the other degree of it, right? Which would be order because you're literally putting your hands on it. And then I made it into a whole different story, and a story, for it to be cohesive, it has to have a beginning, it has to have a middle, it has to have an end, it has to have a conflict, it has to have a duality.
It's almost like you decluttered your mind physically, you know?
Yeah, I basically threw out my thoughts into the universe. The universe rearranged my life, fucked me up, because like, oh, this is what you're really thinking. You feel me? And then that's what happens in my life. Then I basically put it all into one, and then it just stopped. Yo, the thing is, yo, and I think I don't know if I told you, but I think how it is in my life, when you're writing so much, when you're creating so much, you're really in that hermit phase. You're really, you know, introverted. You don't want to talk to people. So I think something essential when you're dealing with fucking madness, dog, you're dealing with like, yo, I can't fucking communicate what the fuck I'm thinking. You got to get into sales, dog. You feel me? You got to get into communication, bro, because that shit will save your life, yo. You feel me? You got motherfuckers depressed as fuck because they think no one understands them, you know? But if they know how to communicate what they, you know, how they feel, and someone could be like, yo, I know exactly what you're going through. I fucking live through that shit every night. You feel me? But now that you put in those words, I'm here with you. You get me? And that's what I fucking peeped. And I'm so fucking glad I did because I was going crazy, yo.
Do you ever see yourself ever doing something similar, you know, as far as you just chucking up everything and, you know, going somewhere new, having a new experience? Do you ever see yourself doing that again?
Having a new experience? Oh, like something like Puerto
you know,
Rico?
uprooting everything
like uprooting
and skedaddling, yeah.
Yo, that was called the death crown strategy, bro. The thing is, the
like a last play.
The death ground strategy would be basically putting yourself in a position where you burn the ships, right? And your back is against the wall, and you have no choice but to move forward. You feel me? And that is what that is called. And if you know about Cortez, you know what he did with his ships. You know, his people were traitorous. You feel me? So he fucking burned the ships down, and he left one available, and he said, y'all could go back home, or we could fucking fight these.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We could fucking do it.
Like, you kind of like, you kill off all the other options to force yourself to be proactive, to have to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I put myself in that position that I had no choice but to use my wits to survive because I'm in a foreign land. You feel me? So when that happens, your senses become a little more heightened. And I remember coming back, yo. It felt so weird coming back because I felt the difference. You know how hard it was for me to stay inside the crib, bro? I had to stay outside for like the first couple nights, man. Like sleeping.
For real?
Dude, I couldn't stay around the fucking microwave, dog. I couldn't be around the TV, man. I was getting headaches and shit, man.
Wow.
Bro, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is happening, yo? You feel me?
Have you ever gotten a chance to speak to Zion again? I mean, I know he stays off the grid, so it might be difficult, but
I haven't. Yeah, that's the thing. He stays off the grid. You know, I feel like
call him in the middle of Zion.
Yeah, I feel like
appear like a fucking genie.
For real.
Yeah, I feel like I know one day I'll probably see him again.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
As a sequel right there, shit. You know,
yeah, because we created some like good shit together. You know,
you made a true like a bond.
Yeah, yo, you feel me? Like he this guy was on some like, This guy was a fucking medicine man, He was a fucking shaman in the woods, pretty much.
Man.
It's like, who runs into a shaman in the woods who studies psychology and shit? You feel me? Like, who fucking runs into this shit?
How many shrooms he takes a day?
Like, honestly,
The beauty of it is like exactly what you intended for is exactly what you got.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Right away, and someone to guide through and teach about. And like,
exactly.
And you have something, honestly, that
For real.
that you're gonna hold dear for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Like you can be 90 and look at this and still have feelings and emotions towards it because it was such a important part of your life.
It is. It is.
Before we wrap up, we got so wrapped up into this conversation, which is honestly what you want. But we forgot. We still got movie reviews of the day, and we actually have a little curveball for you. We got the birthday girl presenting the movie review of the week. Why don't you take us off, Aly?
The Signal.
The
It's
Signal.
Lawrence Fishburne, right? Fishburne?
Fishburne. Yeah.
Morpheus.
Morpheus from.
It's a really dope movie about basically the other side. They were getting messages from this supposed mathematical genius, and they were following the coordinates. When they got there, it erased their memory completely, and they woke up in this clinic where like they were trying to figure out what was going on. It was 3 kids. They were trying to figure out what was going on, but nobody was telling them. And the guy ended up having some mechanical legs that can go really fast. And I don't want to spoil it, but at the end, it was like he was able to break through, and it's a whole nother world on the other side. It's really dope.
Check it out. You see it on the screen. You got to check it out. Avery, brother,
Matrix.
I can't thank you enough for coming on today.
Absolutely.
Honestly, your stories, your experiences are always extremely insightful, and they always incite, at least get the neurons going. Make me think a little bit. What's the meaning behind everything? Edwin has a NASA on his shirt. What's good, ill? Oh, that's nice. Avery, brother, do you have anything for the people before we wrap up? Obviously, you got to, like I said, for the traveling man or woman, check out Who Ordered Chaos. You see it on the screen, on the camera. Where can they purchase this work of literature, this work of art?
Yes, they can find me on Instagram, Avery Crane Official, all social media, whatever works for you guys. But everyone has their, they have their choice of preference, so whatever it is you want. So
shoot a DM, just be like, hey, saw you on Midnight in Miami, want to cop that literature, you know what I'm saying? That airport bundle, baby. Craig, we got anything for the people before we ride out?
What the juice sound like when it hit the table?
What the juice sound like? Aly.
I don't know. I wasn't prepared for this. It was my birthday last week.
Hell yeah.
Yay.
Yo.
I got myself some presents, actually. I went out to go buy, I supported some women businesses.
Okay.
So that was dope. Yeah.
And
support businesses.
Definitely. And speaking of supporting businesses, you gotta drop by Mix and Fam Shop. You know what I'm saying? Because they just got a bunch of new stuff in. A bunch of new stock. A lot of one pieces. A lot of cool and individual pieces over here. That honestly you're not gonna find anywhere else because they were made handmade by yours truly over here.
Yeah.
And and Mr. Craig as well. Definitely a spot you gotta check out. You might be actually seeing Mr. Bruce Leroy, copping a 1-of-1 for a UFC fight soon. So be on the lookout for that. What you got for the people?
Avery and I have known each other for a long time. Went to school together. Actually, we went to the same middle school, but we didn't know each other back then.
No beef. It's all good.
Yeah. We've gone to auditions together, and we've both seen each other grow. So, seeing him, develop and create a beautiful story in this book, is something I'm really proud of, and I really think you guys should support the man. He's a great person, always had great intentions, always looks out for his brother, and yeah, that's Avery Crane. I know him as Steven. But yeah.
Exactly. It's so weird.
It's so weird
Even
to call
calling you
Avery.
ill, sometimes I'm like, Edwin, and I fucking I stumble, you know? But
Avery Crane. Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Avery Crane. You know what it is? Every Thursday at midnight, if not Friday, when you vibing on the last day to work, hit that subscribe button. On Spotify, on YouTube, that follow on Instagram, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. We're on everything. As I said, every Thursday at midnight. Holla.
You can talk about anything, and it don't matter what the world thinks. You can say how you feel on midnight in Miami. When you can push it to the limit, it gets real.